Coming up with Double Sports Talk with the Watts Brothers, we will have the previews of the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs going up against their respective teams. We'll have that and our, of course, final thoughts, headlines, and our predictions. That's next on Double Sports Talk. All right, Double Take Sports Talk. Welcome to our podcast with me, Darren Watts. Say hello to Darren Watts today.
All right, what's going on, my man, Darren Watts? What's going on?
Not much.
All right. Living the day.
All right, what's going on with you?
Not too much, man. Just, of course, living the day as usual. Just decided to do another podcast.
Yep, and we're here, ready to rock and roll on it.
Yes, sir.
So we have, of course, our previews and predictions for our St. Louis Cardinals and Chicago Cubs, respective teams that they're playing against. Okay, never mind. Okay. I don't know who the Cubs are playing. I just know who the Cardinals are. I don't know
the Cubs are playing the Reds.
Okay, so we'll have our previews and our predictions for that, along with the headlines. It's kind of hot.
Yeah, it's hot, man.
The NBA is really hot, and we'll have our final thoughts. Joe, you ready to get this show started?
Let's do this, man.
All right, let's do it. Previews, predictions for our respective teams, St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs. Let's start with the preview for the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Daryl, the floor is yours, pal.
Yep. All right, here we go. We got 67-57 Chicago Cubs going up against the 53-73 Cincinnati Reds. Amazing because they're both 20 games, 500 in their respective records. Reds 20 games below. Cubs, 10 games. Cubs is 10 games, Reds is 20. That's going to be a 7-10 pitch off. That's going to be at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cleveland just had their Monday night game there.
Huh?
Cleveland just had their Monday night game there. But not, at that ballpark, but next door.
The Indians, or are you talking about the Browns?
The Browns, the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Oh, wow. I didn't even keep note of that either.
I didn't either. I never knew that.
Wow. Okay. Woo. They had a game too, Cincinnati yesterday, and then the Browns having their
Monday night game.
Yeah, that's all right. Something to note here: the starting pitchers, the projected starting pitchers. These two pitchers for the Cubs and the Reds are substituting or subbing for the respective starting pitchers. So with the Cubs, you got left-handed pitcher Mike Montgomery. He is subbing in for John Lester. And Asher Wojciechowski, right-handed pitcher, is subbing for Scott Philp. Mike Montgomery is 3-6 on the year with a 3.64 ERA with 77 strikeouts. In his 8 starts in his first half, Montgomery was 2-3 with a 5.13 ERA, and he has a 2.57 ERA and 27 relief appearances. He has pitched 4 1/3 innings versus the Reds in relief of Lester in his last outing. For Wojciechowski, his last start versus the Cubs was it sucked. I'll put it like that. It sucked. He gave up 7 runs on 10 hits, including 2 home runs over 3 2/3 inning in a 15-5 loss. So I hope that's not a repeat of a 15-5 blowout like how it was in his last start. So maybe he can kind of switch things up a little bit. All right. A couple things to note here. Of course, Lester is on the disabled list, and Mike Montgomery eventually is going to become a starter for the Cubs in the near future, not knowing when. And of course, Wojciechowski, he is subbing in for what's his face, Scott Feldman, as he is on the DL also due to his injuries. The Cubs, they maintained a 2.5 game lead on the National League Central with a 13-9 win in the series opener yesterday, and the Brewers 4-3 win over the Nationals. The Giants on Tuesday. And according to StatCast, Montgomery has thrown 63.7% strikes in his 8 starts, compared with a 57.7% out of the bullpen, and also has a much higher first pitch strike rate, 66.3%, versus a 52.8% in that role. As a starter, he has thrown 30.4% of his pitches while ahead in the count up from 23.1% as a reliever. Tuesday marks the start of 20 games in 20 days for the Chicago Cubs, and the next off day is scheduled for September 11th. Very important here for 20 games for the Cubs to be dominant at this point, especially while you got a red-hot St. Louis Cardinals on their tails.
They ain't been so hot.
Nah, they haven't been so hot lately, but they're bound to. They always have their slates of up and downs. And lastly but not least, the Reds have used 14 starting pitchers this season. Through Monday, only the Mariners and the Twins has used more, and both teams has used 16. That is all I have for the Cubs and the Reds preview. Now, we're switching on over to the Cardinals and the Padres. Darren, the floor is yours.
All right. The 56-69 San Diego Padres going up against the 63-62 St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch at 8:15 p.m. at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Projected starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres is Jhoulys Chacin. He is 11-8 with a 3.98 ERA and 118 strikeouts, going up against Luke Weaver. He is substituting Adam Wainwright in the starting rotation. So Luke Weaver would take over a starting pitching rotation over Adam Wainwright.
Is he hurt?
He is no idea. I didn't look into that.
Oh.
I guess it's a substitute like how the Cubs and the Reds are doing it.
Well, that's DLs though.
Huh?
That's DL.
Who is DLs?
You talking about the starting pitchers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on DL.
Well, Adam Wainwright, he might be on the DL, but I haven't looked into it. Luke Weaver is 1-1 with a 3.31 ERA and 16 strikeouts. A couple things to note in this game. Former Padre Jed Yorko is 4-14, while Yali Molina is 4-13 against Chacin. The Padres reinstated outfielder Max Scherzer from family leave list, so he is now reactive into the defensive and batting rotation. And lastly but not least, lefty reliever Tyler Lyons is riding a streak of 13 2/3 consecutive scoring innings. Opponents tally 3 hits during this stretch, and Lyons remains one of the relievers in consideration for save opportunities with Trevor Rosenthal on DL. Some of the things to know with the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. First pitch at 8:15 at Busch Stadium. With that being said, Gerald, let's start with the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Gerald, who do you have in this game?
I got the Cubs.
Me too, no doubt about it. Cubs are not Cubs. Reds are not a very strong team to me. I got the Reds. The Cubs.
Yeah, that's
There's coffee when you need it.
Yeah, you got that right.
And the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. Daryl, who do you have in this game? And I better hear what I want to hear.
I got the Cardinals.
You big dummy.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals.
Really? No, I got the Padres in this game. Yeah, Luke Weaver starting. I'm going with the Padres in this game,
I
pimp.
ain't finna start with you again. I got the Cardinals. Point blank, period.
I got the Padres, pimp. Matter of fact, didn't they lose last night? I believe they did.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe they
The
did.
Cardinals lost last night in a blowout, 12-4. I'm going with the Padres.
Bounce back. I got the Cardinals. They always
Yeah.
bounce back. I'm not thinking about you, Dan.
I got the bounce back game 3. That's what I got. I got the Cardinals game 3. And in game 2. Nah. Give me your predictions. Excuse you?
Nothing. Go ahead. Shoot away. Cardinals.
That's your predictions for the St. Louis Cardinals, San Diego Padres, Chicago Cubs, and Cincinnati Reds.
Good, smart move.
All right. The starting lineups we will put out on Twitter, so be on the lookout via our DTST account for the starting lineups for the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. In the meantime, let's head on over to the headlines. We got some hot news on the market here today. Your other four is yours, Bill.
All right. Here are your headlines for the MLB, NFL, and NBA sports world for August 23rd, 2017. Here's the first of all hot news. The hot news. Cleveland Cavaliers has sent Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics for the package that includes Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Ante Zizic, and a 2018 first-round draft pick from the Brooklyn Nets. We will, I want to get Darren's thoughts on this. We'll get his thoughts on this in just a brief moment.
And we're going to also get Daryl's thoughts on this also in just one moment.
Anyway, Steve Kerr, he is expected to be coaching all of next season. Of course, he has had back problems last season, which has sidelined him for quite a few games. And he's expected to be up and well and coaching all year. Here's another one that caught my attention from the NBA. The NBA is investigating the Los Angeles Lakers due to the Paul George tampering allegations. I didn't know nothing about this, and I didn't think anything of it when it got put out on SportsCenter. I'm not 100% sure what it is that Paul George and Magic Johnson are under fire for. I don't know. It was because of the way that they handled this allegations of trading. I don't know what it was. I haven't even read into it.
I haven't either because I got one reason for that.
What's up?
Who gives a shit? Let's be real. He's gone to Oklahoma City. The drama is gone. So why bring up some crap that was done a long time ago? Let it go. It's a done deal. Let it go.
I just find it funny that y'all decide to actually go and investigate this, and we don't even know what the hell it's about. I mean,
I'm thinking that if we was a whole done peaceful thing with Paul George, he's still headlining our lines in the local city. Let it go.
This is the NBA.com. This ain't local.
It's still local because they still talking about it local. That's how I found out. I didn't even find out through SportsCenter.
I didn't find out locally. I found out the SportsCenter.
I found that out locally, Channel 13.
Well, that's fine. They can keep talking about it. Paul George is not with the Pacers anymore.
I would love for it to be that way. He still feel like that is a part of the team now. Talking about this. Let that crap go.
Come on, man. You know that every time they are going to put something out there just to earn something from it.
They want to earn something. Let Oklahoma City deal with it.
That I agree with. Some pretty disappointing news coming out from Greece. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he has reported knee pain while in Greece. So hopefully that this does not affect going into
his marvelous career.
Yeah, which I think he could be on the run for MVP, like he has mentioned before.
Yes.
Okay. Before we get to the NFL, Darren, your quick thoughts on the trade of the two All-Stars of Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder's careers are now finished. They're done. They're playing with LeBron James. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. That's my thoughts.
Here's my thing. You got Kyrie Irving gone because of LeBron James. So if he wants a stellar performance, if he wants a strong performance from Jay Crowder and Isaiah Thomas, he needs to straighten up.
And that's what I don't see happening, which is why I say Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder's careers are history at this point. At this point, it's history.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of other players haven't been able to deal with him and his ability of playing basketball. I'm sorry, if you look at it like for me, he's not a leader. He's not.
Because you had somebody like Chris Bosh who dominated the paint in Toronto before he went to Miami to join LeBron James also. You have that type of ordeal. Just a second. Okay. If you have a person that could dominate the paint, why is it that you wish to shoot the ball now? No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this was the same way with Kevin Love.
Exactly.
When he was with Minnesota, he was doing doubles almost every freaking game and had a career and a streak of that going. And now all of a sudden he's shooting outside balls now. What kind of crap is this? That's why I said Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, they're done. They're done.
Well, let's Isaiah Thomas do some speaking up. That's going to be hard, but
I mean, he can speak up, but LeBron James going to pick him up and throw him, and he's going to be injured for the rest of the season. He ain't going to be able to play. So that's what I said.
LeBron James.
They're done.
Neither with LeBron James then. Shoot, suspending him like that, throwing Isaiah Thomas like that. You always talked about that you always wanted a playmaker. You had a playmaker, Isaiah Thomas, and Kyrie Irving, so why now? So that's why Kyrie Irving is gone, because you got set before on LeBron James. You had a playmaker. What the hell else do you need?
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the NFL. The Cleveland Browns are set to start the rookie Deshaun Kaiser on Saturday versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brock Osweiler will not play in the Browns' third preseason tilt. Boy, when they say money is green on the other side, they mean just that. Shame. Steelers, Le'Veon Bell tweets he will return from injury September 1st.
That's early. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably like what? Maybe second or the first preseason game?
It won't even be that. It'd be like towards the last preseason game.
Yeah.
If not, if the preseason will already be over by then.
Yeah, you're right. Larry Fitzgerald says Zaquan Bolton is Hall of Fame worthy. You agree?
Yeah.
I agree. No, of course, Zaquan Bolton has just retired after 14 years in the NFL. He is focusing on Avocasi now. So.
Ava what?
I think it's Avocasi.
What is that?
You know, kind of like what Colin Kaepernick is doing and why he ain't got a job.
See, Bolton is very smart.
Something like that. Maybe even similar than that, maybe.
Okay, he's smart. He's smart. Like I said, there's a time and a place to do all of that.
Exactly. And he knew his time.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks after signing with the Bills, he knew exactly what he needed to do. He was like, okay, it's time for me to start focusing on something else. He already done won the Super Bowl. You know, he did what he had to do. So 14 years, he's done. So, let that be said.
Yep.
All right. On the MLB, we got Chris Bryant. He is there today with hand contusion. So it is highly possible that Anthony Rizzo will be playing third base. And your man, Darren Albert Pujols, he is the foreign-born home run leader with number 610.
Seen that. Look at that at it.
Yep.
He just passed Sammy Sosa for 8th on the all-time list.
Mm-hmm. He moving on up. He's moving on up.
Let me note slowly, but surely.
Mm-hmm. He's moving up.
Yeah.
Hashtag Players Weekend is coming up. And this is where all MLB players is going to be representing their nicknames that they have received from either childhood or high school or college or whatever. So they are going to be swarming in on this, and this is going to be very, very interesting.
I actually like this.
Yes, this is very good. This is going to be good. This is going to be very good. So keeping that in mind, that start, I believe, this upcoming weekend. I think it's supposed to be either starting Friday or Saturday. I can't remember which one. I think it's Saturday.
I will definitely be keeping my eyes peeled.
Yeah. Well, it might be Friday. But, of course, keeping the eyes peeled on that. I also forgot to mention NFL also. Andrew Luck has come up with a podcast. It is about his book club and his podcast.
Very nice.
Huh?
Very nice.
Yeah, and he is interviewing different authors of upcoming books and stuff like that. So he is keeping himself occupied other than his shoulder injury. So with that being said, that is all your headlines of the MLB, NFL, and NBA for August 23rd, 2017. All right, Dan. Final thoughts. You got anything for us?
Nope.
Yeah, of course not. I don't either. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up and get on out of here.
Yep.
All right, that is another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, you give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you comment on the comment section below. As usual, we are here. We're also on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit us up there. If you have any questions for us, hit us on the social media sites. Hit us up somewhere. Doesn't matter. We're here. But until then, I'm Daryl. Daryl's on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
All right, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then,
ciao.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Daryl Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. And we're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking and analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.